Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityormamritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, who came to establish religion universal, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from the unreal to the real, to lead us from the darkness of ignorance to the light of knowledge, to lead us from death to immortality. We have been studying Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and today's topic I have chosen from the Gospel, how Sri Ramakrishna answers all types of questions by spiritual seekers. Questions will be always there. Till we realize God, there will be always questions. The nature of the mind is to doubt, to get confused. But then we have to find solutions, get rid of doubts, get rid of confusion, and go forward in the spiritual path. Well, all doubts will be cleared if you are sincere in your spiritual pursuit. So, we are really very fortunate that Sri Ramakrishna has come in this age, this most scientific age people call it. At the same time, this age is meant for worldly people, as it were. That's why it is called as Kali Yuga. You see, in Satya Yuga, Dharma stands on 4 legs. Everybody follows Dharma. But when it comes to Treta Yuga, one leg of the Dharma has fallen down. That is, people are less determined to practice Dharma. So here and there, it is lacking in practicing Dharma, in practicing duties. When it comes to Dwapar Yuga, 3 legs are gone. And when it comes to Kali Yuga, in Dwapar Yuga, Satya Yuga, all the legs are intact. And in Treta Yuga, 1 leg is dropped. In Dwapar Yuga, 2 legs are dropped. And in Kali Yuga, 3 legs are dropped. That means the Dharma is standing on only 1 leg. That's the bad effect we are experiencing now. Everywhere violence, hatred, debating about the existence of God, feeling proud about being agnostics, boasting about their scientific attitude, all these things we are seeing. So, at this juncture, where people are losing interest and faith in religion, Sri Ramakrishna has come again to show the path, at least to those who are sincerely seeking spiritual life. So, it is very interesting to study Gospel in depth, and it is very necessary to understand all the things explained in the Gospel and also apply them in our daily life. Those instructions are meant for practicing, not simply for hearing. It's not for intellectual pleasure. It's not simply relaxing, but it is meant for transforming your life. The teachings of Sri Ramakrishna are meant for transforming life, turning your worldly life into spiritual life. So, naturally, the types of questions which people ask in this modern age are quite different from the type of questions which would come in other yugas. Nachiketas, he asked a question. He had so much power. He could go to another planet. So much spiritual power he had. And when his father was doing some yajna, not doing properly, part of the ritual is one has to give gifts. He has chosen several cows which are old, degenerated, giving no milk, but still it is cow. He has been giving gift these cows to the people who have come and participated in the yajna. And Nachiketas became very sad. Father, what are you doing? Why are you giving gift? This old and about to die cows. In what way these courses benefit the people who receive them? And in what way it helps you? You are giving all sorts of things. To whom you will give me? Like that he began to ask. And father became very angry. I give to death, he said. In anger he said, in anger people do all sorts of crimes. They even kill also. They throw the child, they kill the person, all sorts of things they do. But here he said, I will give it to death. When he said emphatically that he would give his son to death, Nachiketas was not afraid. And he was leading a perfect life of continence. As a result, his mind was thoroughly pure, shining brahmachari. And he gladly accepted, well, father, I am ready. It's good, at least you have given me to God of death. I am going. So without expecting anything from his father, he simply went. In his mortal frame, he went to the abode of God of death. And as the story goes, you can read that in Kathopanishad. The point is, what did he ask King Yama? He did not ask as people generally ask for, give me money, give me wealth, give me property, give me this, give me that. There is no end. It multiplies. But Nachiketa said, what will happen to the being after death? Where does the soul go? What's the nature of the soul? I want to know that. Nachiketa, Yama wanted to test the quality of this brahmachari, whether he is fit for that spiritual knowledge. So he began to tempt him. Well, you are a young boy. People also talk that way. If people come to ashrama, why do you go to ashrama? In course of time you develop a mind, you will join the ashrama. They are afraid. At the same time they want their boy to be very good, obedient, God-fearing, all those things they want. But still they don't want to part with the children. Anyway, that is the nature of mind. It is not unusual, it is very natural. Very, very natural. So, here, Nachiketas is so pure in his heart. So when he was tempted by Yama, well, you are a young boy, why do you ask me what will happen to the soul after death, what is the nature? Why do you bother about all those things? You are a kid. Go, enjoy the world, come after enjoyment. Have the whole kingdom, I will give you whatever kingdom you want. To enjoy the life, I will give eyes also. Do you want to live 150 years? I can even grant you 500 years you can live. Have all these palaces, luxury, army, maid servants, this, that. Nachiketas was stunned. Oh Lord, I have got one doubt. See what kind of doubt he is asking. Not like foolish doubts which we ask in this world, in this age. Look at his question, his doubt. He says, Sir, you are offering all these things to me, but are they permanent? Do you enjoy them forever? No, that you can't. Ordinary people live for 100 years. You may live for 500 years. That's all. Afterwards everybody had to go. Then why do you want them? Then why are you forcing those? Keep all those things yourself. I don't want any of them. And he is telling so determinedly. Yama was surprised and pleased also. Look at this disciple. Where do you get such disciple? Gold-like. Just like Swami Vivekananda to Sri Ramakrishna. Gold, pure gold. And Yama had no way. He had to impart spiritual knowledge to Nachiketas. This is a wonderful story. Well, people always would come to Sri Ramakrishna. Naturally, those people are spiritually inclined people, not the worldly type of people. Worldly type of people could not bear that, and they would tell their friends, well, how long do you sit like this? As long as Sri Ramakrishna speaks, we will sit here. Then you come, we will wait for you in the boat. Like this, the people who are worldly minded, they would go and stay in the boat, waiting for the friends to come after hearing Sri Ramakrishna's words. So the worldly minded people are compared to the flies. They always want filth they want. They want to die in the filth. So, but some people who are sincere, aspiring, struggling to rise up from this terrible worldly tendencies, they are asking questions. So, in so many ways they ask. One question was asked to Sri Ramakrishna, Master, is it possible to see God? Very nice question. People talk so much about God. Even worldly people also say, God, like they say. That means nothing. So, is it possible to see God? Sri Ramakrishna's answer is so direct and also very convincing. Sri Ramakrishna says straight away, truth is not to be compromised. Truth is to be given in its purest form. So Sri Ramakrishna says, God is unknowable by the mind engrossed in worldliness. One cannot attain God if one has even a trace of attachment to lust and gold. But Sri Ramakrishna gives the hope. God is knowable by the pure mind and the pure intelligence. The mind and intelligence that have not the slightest trace of attachment. Pure mind, pure intelligence, pure Atman are one and the same thing. So, any amount of debate you can do. It's like blind man leading the blind. What kind of debate they are talking about God? Who is talking? The man who has not seen God. So they are talking themselves. It is like blind leading the blind. Just that. Useless debate. To come newspaper, nicely bold letter. Oh, there was a very good debate in America in such a big hall. 10,000 people gathered, etc. etc. Anyway, this is Sri Ramakrishna's answer. So the essence of this answer is that mind has to be purified. Without purified mind, no way. Period. No way. Swami Brahmanandaji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, referring to this mind, he said, well, do you know the nature of the mind? It is like a restless child. It wants to run away. Probably you might have seen, all of you have got that experience of seeing the children. They keep on running only. They don't know how to walk. They fall. Again they get up and run. Mind is like a restless child. It wants to run and run. So, Swami Brahmanji, the great spiritual master, he says, you must bring it back again and again and apply it to the meditation on the Lord. You have to be aware of this fact. Mind's nature is to run, but I should bring it back and try to focus it. Go on this way for 2 or 3 years. Not simply one weekend I will do, another 3 weekends I will let go mind. You will not move an inch forward in this way. That's what I am telling. Spiritual life is meant only for those who are sincerely aspiring for and who are strong determined. If you are not strongly determined, it means you have to become strongly determined. It goes like that. So, Swami Brahmanji says, try to bring the mind, whenever it goes out, bring it back and focus it on the Divine Lord. Go on this way for 2 or 3 years, and then an inexpressible joy will fill your mind. So the joy will come only after 2-3 years of continuous effort of bringing your mind and focusing on the Divine Lord. Then only you will be getting glimpse of joy, and you will be happy to have that experience. This apparent universe which you see is within the domain of the mind. The mind is the author. The mind has conjured it up. It can't go beyond its own domain. Behind the mind, of which we are aware, is a subtle spiritual mind existing in seed form, in a potential form. Through contemplation, through prayer and japa, this subtle spiritual mind develops, and with its unfoldment, a new vision opens. This subtle mind also cannot reach God, the Supreme Atman, but it leads you near Him. At this stage, the world loses all its charm for the spiritual aspirant. He remains absorbed in the consciousness of God. When he persists in this meditation, then comes samadhi. Swami Brahmanji says further, he says in a very direct way, like an arrow, give your body to worldly pleasures and the world will destroy them both. Give them to God, that is, give your body and mind, give your body and mind to worldly pleasures, and the world will destroy them both. On the other hand, devote them to God and His service, and you will enjoy bodily health, peace of mind, and spiritual joy. So you have to choose now. What do you want between the two? So this is a dialogue between the spiritual aspirant and the master. The second question is also very nicely put. Why do I not see God? First question was, is it possible to see God? Now the question is, why do I not see God? And Sri Ramakrishna tells again in a very simple but direct way. One cannot see God unless one gives his whole mind to Him. Whole mind means 100% mind must be given to God. Then you can see. Otherwise, no. And Sri Ramakrishna says further, the mind is wasted. Wasted on what? On lust and gold. As long as there is bhoga, that means enjoyment, there will be less yoga. Furthermore, bhoga begets suffering. Worries are inevitable with enjoyment. No sooner does one give up enjoyment than one finds peace. Swami Adbhutanji, one of the direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna, would say, people talk of God, but their talks are lip deep. Lip deep. Do they really believe in Him? The Lord deals out according to one's karma. Everyone gets his due. Really, there is no cause for worries. But man does not believe in God, so he demands more than his due. This lies at the root of all his troubles and worries. All anxieties and worries come from egotism and selfishness. One should be free from egotism and selfishness to see God. So, why do I not see God has been answered. You will never ask this question again anymore. How does one realize God? I was so charmed to read this question answers. So nice. How does one realize God? A man must strive to attain God with all his body, with all his mind, and with all his speech. These are Sri Ramakrishna's words. By thinking day and night of God, what will happen? One acquires the nature of God. First is the purification of the mind. Then if you direct the mind to the contemplation of God, it will be colored by God consciousness. But if you direct the mind to worldly duties, it will be colored by worldliness. What's the way? Faith in the Guru's words. Not changing the Gurus every day. Today one Guru, next day another Guru, third day third Guru. I have had three Gurus. People talk like that. No. Faith in the Guru's words. You must follow the instructions, not simply Guru will give mantra, Guru goes in his own way, you will go in your own way. Nothing will happen. So there must be proper relationship with Guru and disciple, proper reverence and devotion, and must implicitly follow the instructions of the Guru. One attains God by following the Guru's instructions step by step. It is like reaching an object by following the trail of a thread. What is knowledge? Sri Ramakrishna answers it. It is to know that Brahman is the only reality and that all else is unreal. That Brahman, of the nature of reality, is eternal. It exists in past, present and future. It is without beginning or end. It can be described in words. The utmost that can be said of Brahman is that it is of the very nature of intelligence and bliss. What's the way to dry up the craving for worldly pleasures? Sri Ramakrishna says, pray to the Divine Mother with a longing heart. Her vision dries up all craving for the world and completely destroys all attachment to lust and gold. It happens instantly if you think of her as your own mother. She is by no means a godmother. She is your own mother. With a yearning heart, persist in your demands on her. What's the difference between lust and desire? Lust is like the root of the tree, and desires are branches and twigs. One cannot completely get rid of 6 passions, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, lust, anger, greed and the like. Therefore one should direct them to God. If you must have desire and greed, then you should desire love of God and be greedy to attain Him. If you must be conceited and egotistic, then feel conceited and egotistic, thinking that you are the servant of God, the child of God. The scriptures speak of Brahman's form as a projection of mind. Why does Brahman project the form? Sri Ramakrishna says, you ask why? Brahman does not act in consultation with others. It is Brahman's pleasure. Brahman is self-willed. Why should we try to know the reason for Brahman's acting this way or that? You have come to the orchard to eat mangoes. What's the good of calculating how many trees there are in the orchard, how many thousands of branches, and how many millions of leaves? One cannot realize truth by futile arguments and reasoning. Should not we reason any more then? Sri Ramakrishna says, I am asking you not to indulge in futile reasoning, but reason by all means about the real and the unreal, about the permanent and what is transitory. You must reason when you are overcome by lust, anger or grief. Who can comprehend everything about God? It is not given to man to know fully any aspect of God, great or small. And what I need is there to know everything about God. It is enough if we only see Him. When shall I be free? Sri Ramakrishna says, very nice answer. When I shall cease to be. I means ego. So when shall I be free is answered. When I shall cease to be. The real man is pure Atman. Atman is unattached and beyond Prakriti. It has neither hunger nor thirst. It knows neither birth nor death. It doesn't age nor does it die. It is immutable as Mount Sumeru. He who has attained this knowledge of Brahman is a Jivan Mukta, liberated while living in the body. He rightly understands that the Atman and the body are two separate things. After realizing God, one does not identify the Atman with the body. These two are separate like the kernel and the shell of the coconut when the milk dries up. The Atman moves as it were within the body. When the milk of worldly-mindedness has dried up, one gets self-knowledge, and one feels that Atman and body are two separate things. The kernel of a green almond or betel nut cannot be separated from the shell, but when they are ripe, the juice dries up and the kernel separates from the shell. After the attainment of the knowledge of Brahman, the milk of worldly-mindedness dries up, but it is extremely difficult to attain the knowledge of Brahman. If a man truly believes that God alone does everything, that He is the operator and man the machine, then such a man is truly liberated in life. Thou workest thy own work, men only call it theirs. Do you know what it is like? Vedanta philosophy gives an illustration. Suppose you are cooking rice in a pot with potato, eggplant and other vegetables. After a while, what do you see? The potatoes, eggplants, rice and the rest, they begin to jump about in the pot. They seem to say with pride, we are moving, we are jumping. The children see it and think the potatoes, eggplant and rice are alive, and so they jump that way. But the elders who know explain the children that the vegetables and the rice are not alive, they jump not of themselves, but because of the fire under the pot. If you remove the burning wood from the hearth, then they will move no more. Likewise, the pride of man, that he is the doer, springs from ignorance. Men are powerful because of the power of God. All becomes quiet when that burning wood is taken away. The puppets dance well on the stage when pulled by a wire, puppet dance. But they cannot move when the wire snaps. A man will cherish the illusion that he is the doer as long as he has not seen God, as long as he has not touched the philosopher's stone. So long will he know the distinction between his good and bad actions. This awareness of distinction is due to God's Maya. And it is necessary for the purpose of running his illusory world. But a man can realize God if he takes shelter under his Vidya Maya and follows the paths of righteousness. He who knows God and realizes Him is able to go beyond Maya. He who firmly believes that God alone is the doer and he himself a mere instrument is a Jivan Mukta, a free soul though living in a body. As when the fish are caught in a net, some do not struggle at all, some again struggle hard to come out of the net, while a few are happy enough to effect their escape by rending the net. So there are three sorts of men. One, baddhas, the fettered. Second, struggling, mumukshu. And the third, released, mukta. The soul enchained is man, and free from chains is Shiva. that is God. No man keeps a total fast. Some get food at 9 a.m., others at noon, others at 2 p.m., and others in the evening. Similarly, at some time or other in this life or after many lives, all will see God. As the same sugar is made into various figures of birds and beasts, so one sweet mother divine is worshipped in various climes and ages, under various names and forms. Different creeds are but different paths to reach the Almighty. As a large and powerful steamer moves swiftly over the waters, towing rafts and barges in its wake, so when a Savior descends, he easily carries thousands across the ocean of Maya. When a Savior becomes incarnate, innumerable are the men who find salvation by taking refuge under him. When does a man get his salvation? When his egoism dies. The Brahma authorities criticized Vijaya for mixing with those who behaved in God with form, saying that he was an idolater. But the spring in Vijaya's heart had opened at the touch of the Master. No longer could he remain one-sided, just a believer in formless reality and play a monotone. Vijaya said, "Sir," he asked question to Chidananda, "why are we bound like this? Why don't we see God?" Chidananda said, "Maya is nothing but the egotism of the embodied soul. This egotism has covered everything like a veil. All troubles come to an end when the ego dies. If by the grace of God a man but once realizes that he is not the doer, then he at once becomes a Jivan Mukta. This Maya, that is to say the ego, is like a cloud. The sun cannot be seen on account of a thin patch of cloud. When that disappears, one sees the sun. If by the grace of the Guru, one's ego vanishes, then one sees God. Just look." Sri Ramakrishna says, "I am creating a barrier in front of my face with this towel. Now you can't see me even though I am so near. Likewise, God is the nearest of all, but we can't see him on account of this covering of Maya. The Jiva is nothing but the embodiment of Satchidananda. But since Maya or ego has created various upadhis, he has forgotten his real self. Each upadhi changes man's nature. If he wears a fine black-bordered cloth, you will at once find him humming Nidhu Babu's love songs, then playing cards, and a walking stick follow. If even a sickly man puts on high boots, he begins to whistle and climbs the stairs like an Englishman, jumping from one step to another. Money is also a great upadhi. The possession of money makes such a difference in a man. He is no longer the same person. On attaining knowledge, one goes into samadhi and the ego disappears. But it is very difficult to obtain such knowledge. It is said in the Vedas that a man experiences samadhi when his mind ascends to the seventh plane. Where does the mind of a man ordinarily dwell? Sri Ramakrishna says, in the first three planes, Mooladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, the lower centers. Then there, in these centers, the mind is immersed only in worldliness. Though not a disciple of the Master, Vijaya held him great respect. Sri Ramakrishna also loved Vijaya for his piety, devotion and straightforwardness. He told Vijaya to give up all shame and fear as to what people would think of him if he sang and danced in the ecstasy of God's holy name. By his contact with Thakur, the spiritual horizon of this Brahma devotee expanded. Vijaya said, what must the bound soul's condition of mind be in order to achieve liberation? Sri Ramakrishna said, he can free himself from attachment to lust and gold if by the grace of God he cultivates a spirit of renunciation. One who has a mild spirit of renunciation says, well, all will happen in the course of time. Let me now simply repeat the name of God. But a man possessed of strong spirit of renunciation feels restless for God, as a mother feels restless for her child. A man of strong renunciation seeks nothing but God. He regards the world as a deep well and feels as if he were going to be drowned in it. He looks on his relatives as venomous snakes. He wants to fly away from them, and it does go away. He never thinks, let me first make some arrangement for my family and then I shall think of God. He has great inward resolution. At one time, this is told by Sri Ramakrishna, there was a drought in a certain part of the country. The farmers began to cut long channels to bring water to their fields. One farmer was stubbornly determined. It was past midday and the farmer was still at work. His wife came there and said, "What? Why haven't you taken your bath? The food is getting cold. You can finish the rest tomorrow or even today after dinner." The farmer scolded her furiously and ran at her, spade in hand, crying, "Have you no sense? There is no rain. The crops are dying. What will the children eat? Through a whole day's back-breaking labor." The farmer managed by evening to connect his field with the river. With a serene mind he finished his bath and meal and retired to bed. As without strong determination the farmer cannot bring water to his field, so also without intense yearning a man cannot realize God. Mahimacharan was known for his pretentiousness and often engaged in discussion of scriptures. Yet the master loved him and exhorted him to meditate on the meaning of scriptural text and to practice spiritual discipline. He told him that after studying a little Vedanta, people start indulging in philosophical speculations. But a man of true knowledge could not be egotistic. Then Mahima asked a question, "Master, can a man live in the world if his mind is once directed to God?" Sri Ramakrishna said, "Why not? Where will he go away from the world? I realize that wherever I live, I am always in the Ayodhya of Rama. This whole world is Rama's Ayodhya." After receiving instruction from his teacher, Rama said that he would renounce the world. Vasishtha Maharshi said to Rama, "Rama, may I ask you if this world is outside God? If that is so, then you may give it up." Nice answer. Rama found that it is God alone who has become the universe and all its living beings. In the world, a man must fight against passions like lust and anger, against many desires, against attachment. It is convenient to fight from inside a fort, from his own house. At home, he gets his food and other help from his wife. It is better to get food at one place than to knock at 7 doors for it. Living at home, he is like facing the battle from a fort. Live in the world like a cast-off leaf in a gale. The leaf goes wherever the wind blows, sometimes to a good place and sometimes to a bad. Now God has put you in the world. That's good. Stay here. Again, when He lifts you from here and puts you in a better place, there will be time enough to think about what to do then. God has put you in the world. What can you do about it? Resign everything to Him. Surrender yourself at His feet. Then there will be no more confusion. Then you will realize that it is God who does everything. All depends on the will of Rama. I hope all the doubts are clear now. All our doubts are silly doubts. Trash. Page 878. That one knows philosophy unless one has read Hindu philosophy. The European philosophers do not know the 24 cosmic principles of the Sankhya philosophy. They can't even grasp them. Master said smilingly, "What are the 3 paths you speak of, Mahima?" The path of Sat, which is the path of knowledge. Next, the path of Chit, of yoga, of karma yoga, which includes the duties and functions of the 4 stages of life. Last, the path of Ananda, the path of devotion and ecstatic love. You are an adept in all 3 paths. You can speak of them all with authority. Sri Ramakrishna laughed. Dr. Sarkar took his leave. It was evening, the first night after the full moon. Sri Ramakrishna stood up, lost in samadhi. Nitya Gopal stood beside him in a reverent attitude. Sri Ramakrishna took his seat. Nitya Gopal was stroking his feet. Devendra, Kalipada and many other devotees were seated by his side. Master said to the devotees, "My mind tells me that Nitya Gopal's present state will undergo a change. His entire mind will be concentrated on me, on him who dwells in me. Don't you see how Narendra's whole mind is being drawn towards me?" Many of the devotees were taking their leave. Sri Ramakrishna stood up. Referring to japa, he said to a devotee, "Japa means silently repeating God's name in solitude. When you chant His name with single-minded devotion, we can see God's form and realize Him. Suppose there is a piece of timber sunk in the water of the Ganges and fastened with a chain to the bank. You proceed link by link, holding to the chain, and you dive into the water and follow the chain. Finally, you are able to reach the timber. In the same way, by repeating God's name, you become absorbed in Him and finally realize Him." Kalipada said smilingly to the devotees, "Ours is a grand teacher. We are not asked to practice meditation, austerity and other disciplines." Suddenly Sri Ramakrishna said, "This is troubling me." The master's throat was hurting him. Devendra said, "Your words cannot fool us anymore." He thought that the master feigned illness to hoodwink the devotees. Most of the devotees departed. It was arranged that a few of the younger men should stay to nurse the master by turns. M also was going to spend the night there. Shall stop here. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean and quenched with mighty forest fire, worldly lust raging furiously within. O name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself, O self drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name that bath for weary souls. Various are thy names, O Lord, in each and every name thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of thy name. So vast is thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to thy name. O may mind be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree. Take no honor to thyself, give honor to all. Chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame, as many times as I may be reborn. Grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is thy servant, O sweet one. In thy mercy consider him as dust beneath thy feet. Ah, how I long for the day when an instant separation from thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with desire, and the world without thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of thy presence, though it tears my soul offended. O thou who stillest the hearts of thy devotees, do with me what thou wilt, for thou art my heart's beloved, thou and thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere, may all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous, may the virtuous attain tranquility, may the tranquil be free from bonds, may the freed make others free. May good betide all people, may the sovereign righteously rule the earth, may all beings ever attain what is good, may the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time, may the earth be blessed with crops,
May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the deciding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.